So everybody who's watching this on YouTube is going to see lots and lots of mucking around for a few seconds while we get this up and going. But for everyone else watching this live, welcome to Kritzkast. I'm Agro, and the guy fiddling nervously in the background is Hideous. Say hello.
Hello.
Hey, excellent. There we go. So I'm just going to post these messages out to the world. And hopefully we'll get a few people coming in and watching us make a fool of ourselves, like we do every week on Kritzkast. So that's the Steam message out now. Make sure I've included the link on these, otherwise it's unlikely. Yeah, come and watch us. We're not going to tell you where. Go and make it up. Yeah.
You have to Google it.
That's right. And that's the tweets going out now. So, yep, there it goes.
Yep.
And I think I can actually retweet that as well, which is ridiculous, the fact that I would retweet it, but
Pretty sure anyone who follows you follows Kritzkast as well.
it's not entirely true. Yeah, it's mostly true, but not entirely. So I might have just retweeted it again for myself. Yeah, I hope there's a way of turning noises off in TweetDeck. I might just kill TweetDeck, to be honest. It's not a perfect solution.
I just use my phone for Twitter anyway, so it's easier that way.
It's got apps. Is it APPS?
APPS.
Okay. All right, well.
I can prove it on my iPhone.
Show off. Okay.
App Store.
Submit it.
I am cold.
You're cold?
Yes, I'm cold. I live in Sweden, remember?
Oh, I suppose. Where's that? Okay, so let's shrink this down a little bit so it doesn't take up quite as much space on my screen. In fact, I'll probably sort of sink it away somewhere. Not needed now. I have so many things on this screen, it's really, really hard keeping track of everything. Important things are front and center. Let's move this up a little bit. In fact, for you, the most important thing, Hideous, is to see that we have got one viewer. Hello, one viewer in. Hey. Oh no, we've got 38 viewers. I don't know how that happens. That's really weird. That's kind of spooky. Yeah. Okay, so I think
I'm going to change my Steam password real quick because I'm going to have to enter that live. So
well, it's hashed out, but it kind of appears on the screen as well. So yeah, you're probably right to do that.
It'll show me.
Have you got that thing on the special security thing that sends you an email?
I do, but the reason I'm changing it on my Steam account now is because I have the same password to my email. So,
that is the least secure way of doing it I can possibly think of. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome to Kritzkast once again. This is Agro and Hideous.
Hello.
I keep interrupting you every time you say hello. I'm sorry about that. We're mucking around at the moment. We've basically been given access to this fantastic new experience. Something we've been kind of hankering after for a very, very long time. It's Steam. On mobile phones, on smartphones, available for both the iPhone and the Android phone platforms at the moment. I was talking to a friend today, I think it's Bubble actually, about how cool it is to have this experience, and he was saying, yeah, it would be, but I've got a BlackBerry, so sorry. Don't know if that's going to come to BlackBerry, but it doesn't sort of specify anywhere that it won't. So we'll find out later, I guess. We have on the screen at the moment, we've got Hidious's beautiful, beautiful iPhone.
Very laggy, mind you.
Well, it's laggy only in as much as what we're seeing on the screen is laggy. In real life, I'm assured it's absolutely beautiful. Is it 4S or?
No, it's a 4 because I figured that the 4S is just a slightly improved 4 for a much higher price?
No, it's actually a massively improved 4 for a much higher price, but you're right, it is a much higher price. I've gone down the slightly awkward routes. Rather than putting my phone on the screen, my phone is actually going to appear to you today like that. So I'll kind of move the camera around. You don't need to see my face most of the time. That's the beautiful image of Combo Kitten, by the way, for anyone watching. So that's how we're going to show you the Android experience. Again, not exactly the perfect way of doing it, but for the petty resources I've got available to me, this works. So I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to let you carry on with what it is you need to do in order to change your password. Are you anywhere near?
I already changed it. So.
Excellent. Okay. Well, on my screen at the moment, you guys can see that there is a screen saying "Give the gift of game." Yay! There it is. And yep, it's invite my friends. So I'm going to click on invite my friends, and right. So I need to find Steam Mobile. I need to find Hideous on my list.
I'm sure that's big enough.
Or my list, or my yeah. Well, hey. So how do I do this? Send gift to whom? Send gift directly through Steam. And I don't know, what is it? Just Hideous?
Yeah, just do a Control F. It's easy to find it that way.
Really?
Really, it works in the Steam browser. Surprisingly.
Hid. My God, it does. Okay, well I learnt something new today as well. So there's Hideous. I assume that is you with the little orange, sorry, the little yellow background with like a pit girl.
Yes, that's not what it is,
yeah.
but sure.
Whatever, we'll go with that. I didn't want to give this to the wrong person. Having gone through all of this to give it to the wrong person, that would be bad.
Yes,
so yeah.
That would be very bad.
Okay, so hit next on that. Recipient's first name, Mr. Hid.
Mr. Hid, huh?
Hid EOS. Gift message. You are the Hat King.
No, John, you are the Hat King.
Agro. And send it.
Oh,
tracking your
I've got
gift.
an alert. I wonder what it could be.
Right. Well, I'm sorry. I think I might have spoiled the surprise for you there, Hideous. But
well, I added it to my game library, so I now own Steam Mobile.
in fact, this is the kind of the really weird part of it. Whereas you sort of expect it to be something like a game or whatever it is, and actually, all it really does for you is it allows you to log in. Whereas before it was telling you can't log in. I don't know if you guys have actually tried using this mobile app, the sort of the Steam beta. You get it as far as the login screen, and then it pops up with a message saying, "Thank you for registering. Now go away, and we'll tell you when you're in," kind of thing.
Yeah, the thing is, when you do try to sign in, they said in the press release that if you try to sign in the Steam beta and you can't get in because you're not in the beta, you get signed up to the list of people who want to get in. Mm-hmm. So they're going to eventually email you one.
That's cool. That's cool. So, I mean, I think I managed to shortcut this entire process. You were asking before we went live, Hideous, how I did that. Just pulling up my emails. I sent an email off to someone in Valve, and just trying to find what I sent to them. It was titled Beta Key Poetry. And the entirety of the message was, along with my Steam ID, my Steam profile URL, there once was a gamer called Agro who co-hosted a Team Fortress 2 show. On seeing a mobile app that put Steam in his lap, said, "I'd sure love to give that a go."
Oh, that's amazing.
So I figured, I figured that thousands of people must be emailing Gabe at the moment, going, "Oh, please give me a key." So I figured, nah, screw it, I'll send him a limerick. And it seems to have the desired effect. So yeah, humour does wonders.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So right now, I am expecting Hideous. You're able to click on the Steam.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
Okay. So here it
Here we
goes.
go.
Username.
So if you pay attention closely, you can read my password, and I'll get so many Steam Guard messages after this.
Well, you get at least 37.
No, you read it wrong. It's 23. Please enter the Steam Guard code sent to your email address.
Right. So this is kind of cool as well. I mean, we've seen this on other PCs. Every time you try and log in your Steam username password on a PC that you haven't previously logged on to, Steam Guard sends you an email with like 5 or 6 characters. So 5 characters, isn't it? And it's fairly easy password to get into, and that allows you to log in. That permissions that particular device to have access to the Steam process. The cool thing about this, I mean, I'm logged into it at the moment. What you can see on my screen, I can pull up my friends list and drag that over onto this screen over here, just for a quick sort of flaunt. There's my friends list. Hooray! And I'm still clearly logged into Steam, but it's also working on my mobile phone. So you don't have to lose out. You don't lose. It's not either or, which is kind of weird when you think about sort of what they've done previously on every single other iteration of the kind of the Steam community. Excellent. So you're going into a lot of the aspects of viewing it. So I'm going to do the same thing now. In fact, I'm going to move my camera down. So goodbye, people. You're not going to see me anymore. You actually see. I need something to balance this on. So I'm going to use my my Xbox game controller. Well, is that good? I wonder if it's going to work or not. Let's give it a shot.
Well, at least you keep a clean room.
Well, actually, no. I keep a really, really messy room. But I figured that I might have to put my room on camera, so I kind of cleaned it up like a maniac. Anyway, so as I said before, that's Combo Kitten looking beautiful.
I have no idea who Combo Kitten is.
Oh, she's a cosplayer.
She's
She's South African and wonderful person. But, that is, in fact, if you're following on Twitter, it's at Combo Kitten, spelled with a K. Which is kind of one of the reasons I like her. Anyway, so we have got here the list of friends, and it's exactly as it appears on. Just stop it, man! It's distracting. It's exactly as it appears on a normal friends list. So you've got the people who have sent you invitations at the top. You've got the people who are recently sent you messages.
One difference, though.
Well, there's a couple of differences. I mean, there's, if we sort of go back to the original sort of list. No, sorry, that's me being flid. So you've got the people who are recently on, and your people who are in games, and then people who are not in games but are online. And then further down the bottom here, you've got lists of people who are neither in games nor online, or would like you to think as much, in their grayed out. It's not quite slick yet. I think there's still a degree of caching involved. You can see that the names sort of filling out, the pictures filling out one by one, and there's a little icon at the top there. I don't know if you can see that, and that sort of spins around like crazy when it's trying to update. Which is different, I think, on. I mean, the iPhone has the normal app at the top here. I don't know if you can see my mouse. There, just next to that box there. It's a little. There it is. Progress wheel. Okay. So I mean, this is a very, very cool experience, but that sort of emulates a lot of the experiences I've had with other other Steam emulators on the phone, where you see a list of friends, but for the fact that you can actually go in and talk to them. You can see these sort of recent chats here. These are chats that are currently live on my desktop at the moment. So there's Eric from Eric with Games. I'm going to make sure I load the right one, because one of them's got a whole bunch of keys in. I don't want to share those with anyone just yet. So there's the little chat going on with Eric. I think that the thing that I find slightly disturbing on this, I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but it says remove friend, and it's front and center. So it's the first thing you click on could very easily remove yourself from friends. But more importantly, when we look later, we'll look at the actual groups that come up, and you can actually remove yourself from a group, which is pretty bad as well. So I'm hoping that maybe they'll pick up on that as something that needs some work.
One thing I noticed with the friends list is that you're missing the you miss the tags that you get in the desktop Steam. So for example, in desktop Steam, you might have old people, and then people with beards in a separate category.
A lovely concept.
Yeah, but you don't get this on the phone, so now you can't separate people with like beards and mustaches, and that's terrible.
Okay. There is. I mean, you can separate people out into groups, which is so there's the group tag, so you can look at your list of friends as separated by groups.
Oh yeah, by groups,
yeah,
but not by the
but not by your
tags defined now.
And I guess
that's a lovely group.
What are you in community groups?
Kritzkast.
The Kritzkast group.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know if there we are. Kritzkast Illuminati, Kritzkast down the bottom here somewhere. Do you know what? I've got too many groups. Yeah, Kritzkast. So I'm hoping that eventually it catches up with my finger.
I'm scrolling really slowly so it doesn't lag too much.
Yeah, I think in real life the scrolling experience, that the lag that we're seeing on your screen is just because we've sort of superimposed, or we've done, what is it, a VNC? You've done a remote.
I'm VNCing into my phone and then streaming that VNC stream
over Skype. Yeah, it's a very impressive that we can do this at all. In fact, I'm feeling a little bit sort of like old person without beard for not sort of being able to do the same thing with my Android. I know it's possible. I've done it before, but in the lead up to this, I just wanted to show the real experience of it. So there's the leave group message again. I mean, it's fine if you're just kind of running around groups and you're not particularly interested, but if you're the only admin and you leave the group, then I'm not entirely certain what happens with that.
Well, yeah, actually, I'm going to test that. I'm going to pick a group and test it and see if there's a confirmation dialogue.
Well, you can create a new group.
Well, I can just leave one of those shit groups. I mean,
excellent.
How about Mario Kart Source is dead anyway. I'll leave the dev team.
Right. So let's have a look.
See, confirmation dialogue.
Are you sure you want to leave this group?
Nah, I changed my mind.
Awesome. Okay. Sure,
so it's not quite as bad as if there weren't a confirmation dialogue.
So here we have announcements, and this is the announcement that we just made about. Oh no, interesting. It's not gone to the announcement. It's gone to me. It's gone to my profile. So does that mean that there's no comments about this announcement?
I have no idea. I can go check, but knowing how big the Kritzkast group is, I'm sure there's a comment.
Well, I'm sure there's a few comments that just say, "Give me a hat!" There almost always are with everything that we do.
Well, hats, you know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, obviously, I think I might have put hats on the Twitter tag for this. So let's see, Kritzkast.
So here's the announcement, and if I click on the announcement, well, tap on the announcement, absolutely nothing happens. So if I tap on the title of the announcement, nothing.
Really?
Really, I don't think you can check out comments on them. I can click on your avatar, and it takes me to your profile.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, that's it. There are actually 5 comments for this stream. Give me app. Well, I must change from give me hat, so that's quite cool.
That's an improvement.
It really is. I mean, in a strange way, that's made my day.
I guess it turned into a meme.
What? Give me hat.
Yeah.
Changed
it to give me app.
Give me app. Yeah. So there we have. That's kind of the broad overview. I think the more exciting thing that people will be interested in, though, is I mean, before we start sort of looking at viewing the syndicated stuff or the Steam news or even the catalog for that matter, the actual chat aspect. So let's go have a quick look at friends again. I know you've tried to send me a message, so let's go have a look at that. And those are the messages in there. That's the cool thing from my point of view is not only does it show the message that you've just sent. Let's get rid of that. Oops. Speak now. Oh, that'd be interesting. See what I can talk to it. Not only does it show the messages that have been sent now, but it also shows messages that are still live on my desktop. So I can go out.
Oh.
We can have a conversation. I can go out. I can leave the room. I can leave my PC on and go for a wander around the garden, and still continue that chat. And I won't be missing out on anything. There's no sort of copy pasting that I need to do to move things over. So that's a really cool aspect of it. Another great aspect is if you actually hold down on let's see, let's find something not particularly interesting but worth recording anyway.
I'm not getting the chat history, are you?
Hurrying as fast as I can. Have you got it? Okay, so
let's say I go to well, I did talk with you earlier, but if I go to I got to find you. I have a massive list of friends.
I'm sorry.
You start with an A. Oh, it should
I
be
do.
at the top.
Really at the top. And in fact, if yours is sorted the same way mine is, then
you're in recent chats.
yeah, recent chat. There we go. You see the icon there is filled in, so I'm guessing
it's showing the what I said from the mobile app, but it's not showing what we talked about on the PC.
Okay, that is, as you say, that is. Aha! Now I'm wondering because I've had this logged in for a little while, and as with everything else in the world of Android, Skype is a prime example of this. You can see at the top there's actually a bunch of icons. Oops. And one of them that stays alive, will not die under pressure of death, is Steam. So now, when you're on Steam, you can't get off it, kind of thing.
Oh, now I went back to the main menu.
So I'm thinking that maybe because I was logged in before, that will be why it's still keeping tabs of the messages.
Try going to like the main page of the Steam app and pressing the option key, the menu key on your Android phone.
Right.
That might give you a quit option, so you can actually quit the app if necessary.
Possibly, but I mean, I can't force it closed. I've got the sort of application here, the Advanced Task Killer Pro, and that won't allow me to kill. It'll kill all of these random applications, kill selected apps. But you can see Steam
might be running your service.
Steam remains open. So from my point of view of all things I want to keep open all the time, do you know what? Steam is one of them. So for me, I don't see this as being a huge problem, but other people might see it being a problem. So
well, I'm glad iPhone has such a bad multitasking system then.
Yeah, that's one way of thinking about it. So if we go back into the list of options here, if we sort of ignore the friend activity for a moment, have a look at some things further down. There's the catalogue, wish list, cart. I'll be kind of interested to see whether or not I'm able to purchase anything from here. So if I go into the cart, we can see I don't think there's going to be anything in there at the moment. No, there's nothing listed at the moment. Let's go back. And oops, not all the way back. want to go to cart. No, not cart. Want to go to catalog, wish list. Well, let me have a look at my wish list. Maybe there's something cool in there that I would like to pick up. Wow. Well, I need to update this.
I'm going to check if I have your chat open on the phone and I say something from the PC, if I can see it on the cell phone side.
Sure. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to oh, wow.
Oh, it worked.
Okay, I've just got a little vibration going on there. It's going to expand your window as well so more people can see it. It's more important they see your stuff than mine. Okay, so if I pick a really, really cheap one, I'm going to go for, let's see, what have I got on here? Killing Floor is the cheapest one. Killing Floor, Steam, something or other. Oh, not that one.
Steampunk DLC.
That's
good
the one.
characters.
Okay, so that's 99 pence. I believe in my Steam wallet at the moment I have enough money to cover this. I hope. I might be lying to myself. But I'm going to try and purchase that now. So what's that? Add to cart. I'm not normally quite so ham-fisted, but I'm trying to do this sort of backwards a little bit. Purchase for myself. And let's see whether it will work. Items being added. Shopping cart. It's whirring away. I have, let's see, payment info, review, purchase method, my Steam wallet. Yep. Well, let's hope that I have got enough money in the Steam wallet. No, it's actually telling me that I don't. Well, that is true. I don't. I actually have 50 pence in my Steam wallet. So
I'm sure there's a less than 50 pence.
Do you think?
Item somewhere.
Okay, we'll have a quick scan for something less than 50 pence. Nothing on.
Friends. I wonder if I can search for store search. I can sort it by price. Did I turn your volume down? I can't hear anything anymore.
No. I'm thinking.
And go to games under €5. It seems to have everything that the store has, but not everything that the community stuff has. Oh, no.
No, okay.
I have very clumsy fingers. Keep hitting the wrong buttons.
Well, it's easy for you to say, oh, clumsy thumbs, but I think I'll let you carry on with that while I just sort of click on sort of the Steam news. Exactly as you expect it to be, the announcements at the top, client updates, press releases, product updates, and the Steam blog. I'm going to quickly click on the Steam blog. Improved gift management. Excellent. So that's from December 2011. Let's see if there's anything awesome that we need to know about gift management. Oh, it won't let me click on it, so maybe that is the only thing we need to know about. Let's have a quick look at the client updates then. Maybe see if there's anything cool that have happened in the world of client updates. How are you doing finding your ultimate freebie cheap as hell?
Yeah, they didn't let me search by price on the Steam store, so I went to the real Steam store and searched by sorted it all by price here, and the Vortex is the cheapest game in the Steam store.
Right.
But that's the cheapest game, not the cheapest DLC. If I go by all games, I can get cheapest DLC you can get is the Homefront Express 870 shotgun for €0.69.
So it's still out of my price range once again. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're going to have to miss out on that experience. But from the looks of things, it is just a case of exactly the same experience as we had before. Now, again with the client updates, there's a Steam client update released, but if you try and click on it to go and have a look further at it, there's no information there. So the news items are just appearing as headlines at the moment. Possibly something will happen with that in the future. Don't know. What is kind of interesting is that this is actually appearing almost as a sidebar would. It's imposing itself on the side of the screen when you go into like the options or the drop down, and the rest of the screen that you currently have up is on the side there. If I go back into it, effectively closing off that option, it closes the page back again, and takes you out of that mode. So there you are, back in the mode you were before. So if we go back in and let's see if there's anything awesome happening at settings, we can see what we have available to us in here. There is actually an exit app button right at the very bottom there. I don't know if you caught that.
That's invisible.
That is
Yeah.
right. Well, if I go back into options, right at the very bottom, underneath settings, I'm going to scroll and scroll and scroll. There's the exit application right at the very bottom there. Do you not have the same thing on the iPhone?
Well, no, because I've got the big round button on the bottom of my iPhone that quits the application.
Oh, of course, yeah. You can't stay in.
Well, yeah, I can. I have multitasking, so I can close it by clicking it, and I double click it again, and I get this thing at the bottom. So I click it again, and I'm back in.
Awesome. Slightly jealous, but there we are. Right, so there's my date of birth, date not set. Ooh, interesting. Email, IMs, ongoing service. So these are basically the settings. What have you got listed on your iPhone for settings there?
In the settings category or on all the sidebar?
On the settings category in the sidebar, that where you are at the moment, down to the bottom there.
I can change my date of birth, my status. I can turn on or turn off chat messages, change the start screen, change Steam preferences, and look at About Steam.
Okay. Well, it's interesting the date of birth things. I know there's no way of setting your date of birth in Steam, the on PC or on Mac application.
There is. Well, not in the application, on the website, I guess.
Okay, on the website, but it's very frustrating from the point of view of every time you go to a new game to see if you see a preview or a demo, and it's an 18 only game, and they ask you for set your date of birth again every time.
I found a page that wasn't available.
Oof. What have you found? What have you found? Permission setting.
It's in settings and Steam preferences. That doesn't exist.
Excellent, I'm going to find that now. Settings, Steam preferences.
Clicking permission settings and nothing happens.
Settings, yeah. Hello, Agro. This feature is not available at this time. You're right. You're genius at finding things that you can't do anything with.
I suppose it's a beta anyway, so.
It is, and it's not an open beta at the moment. Is it open beta or closed beta? Technically, there are keys being passed out, but it's not freely available. So I guess it's a closed beta.
This message makes no sense.
Enter your age.
You must confirm that you're old enough to view the content on this page. That's what happens when you click the date of birth thing. Apparently, I need to be old enough to enter my date of birth.
Clearly, by yeah.
Your sides.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Awesome. The assumption there being that if you're not old enough to use this device, you won't be able to select your date of birth. No, I don't get that message, so I get the select your date of birth, which I think is much more appropriate. So for anyone watching, that's I'm quite old.
You tilt it a bit more towards the camera.
I think that. Oh, okay. Let's see if I don't really need the keyboard at the moment, so I shall have another crack at this. See if I can make this work. I need a camera that points down towards my lap, but I sort of don't as well.
Kind of, yeah. I'm seeing a bit delayed, but you're terrible at aiming your camera.
Really? Well, it's the reflection from the screen, I think, is going to be a bit of an issue.
Yeah, that in combination with the glow that the white parts get.
Yep.
If you could lower the brightness on your screen, I think that would help a lot, actually.
I thought my brightness was set quite low, so I'll have a quick crack at that. Brightness, brightness, brightness. Where is brightness? Display. Brightness. Take that off automatic. Oh, it's brightness fully on. Can't see a damn thing. It's brightness fully off. Awesome.
Change absolute. Oh, wait. Now I can actually see the screen.
Wow, okay.
God,
Been doing it wrong all this time. Do you know, I get that feeling a lot. Yeah. So now I can actually almost see this as well. Almost. Do.
You should, if you have any invites left for the mobile thing, you should like auction them out. Could get a lot of money that way.
I could also lose friends and influence.
Alienate people.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
Yeah, you could do a lottery kind of thing for free.
Possibly. I shall think about things I can do with it. But in the interim, just want to quickly have another look at the settings thing.
Alright.
And yeah, that's my date in there. October the 6th. Keep going.
Yes, Big Nutter in IRC, that is indeed my birth date.
So there we are. So that's my date of birth set. Ongoing service. It's one of the options there. I think it decides whether or not you can continue to have service while it's basically background. Enable instant messages, notification ringtone. This looks like these are default. Yeah, these are default audio settings. Nothing new there. Yeah, these are default for the phone as opposed to anything awesome. It'd be kind of cool having sort of Valve-related sound effects in here. I guess it would just add to the size of the application.
Someone keeps asking about the Steam Workshop, and I can say that it doesn't seem like you can currently view it. But I have been poking around the Steam translation server, and they have strings for the iOS and Android apps for the workshop. So it's probably coming. It's just not there yet.
We've seen a lot of stuff happen recently. Oh, well, nice crash. My first crash.
Yay!
Force close. Although it says crash, but it still says there are messages going on. So, nope. Yeah, it's connecting. Okay, well now it's got my username password. It looks like it doesn't need to sign back in. Let me double check that. No, go straight back in again. Maybe it wasn't that app. So I think I can spend a lot of time working through this and trying to figure out what the best stuff is and what's cool and what's not. I can spend a lot of time doing a lot of things on this application, and I will spend a lot of time doing a lot of things on this application. I think most importantly though, it gives me access to my friends when I'm away from my PC. It gives me access to the groups. I was actually thinking on my way home, having sort of seen that this was becoming available, that it would be really cool that I could sort of send a message saying I'll be home in sort of like 20 minutes, we'll start streaming then, kind of thing.
Yeah, I use Steam as my main IM thing, so it's very handy to have this.
Looks a little bit like a little bit like there's no way for me as an administrator of the Kritzkast group to be able to post a new announcement. So that doesn't, it's maybe not the most perfect solution when it comes to all the kind of fiddly ins and out bits of Steam, but it's still very cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't disapprove of this. It is a very cool solution. but there is clearly scope for changes, and I'm hoping that that those changes will happen before it goes to market, before it actually becomes an active product. But for a cool little conversation piece, a way of chatting between your friends or amongst your friends, keeping track of conversations when you're on the move, I would say this is absolutely bang on perfect. How about you, Hideous?
Yep, I love it. I mean, it needs some additions to match with the desktop client, but it's not far away.
Well, looking at the sort of you mentioned before about the Steam Workshop, it looks like some awesome stuff is going on with the Steam Workshop, and we can expect to see some really cool transitions in the coming weeks. I know that Valve themselves have made announcements relating to it. You got any sort of views on what you'd like to see in the Steam Workshop?
Well, I really want to see the comments on announcements and such. I think that's a fairly important thing, because there's a lot of discussion that happens there, even if it's just asking about hats.
Begging, demanding.
Yeah, but and since I do a lot of work on Workshop myself, that's a priority as well, because I'm currently obsessed with checking my own ratings there. Doing it on the go wouldn't.
I can imagine it's quite addictive after a while. Just one more peak, one more F5, one more refresh. The next comment will be the best one. Awesome. Well, Hideous, thank you very much for doing this with us today.
Thank you for letting me do this today.
It's cool, and yeah, obviously, Kritzkast, to all of you who don't know, it's Team Fortress 2 podcast. Every Sunday evening we do a recording, and it goes out sometime during the week, all cleaned up and sparkling and new. I think this week we're going to have Eric Ruth from Eric Ruth Games back on the show. Really cool guy, love talking to him, love listening to him. We have always got some amazing stuff going on. We've just done an interview with Max Silvestri. That's up on the blog. Come along to kritzkast.com, KRITZKAST. If you're viewing this on YouTube, that should be fairly obvious because it's over there. That there's a huge logo in the corner. There's T-shirts. I've done everything I can to justify Kritzkast as getting a mention.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe. Go onto iTunes. I'm not going to go into all of that, but basically, come along to kritzkast.com and check us all out. Once again, Hideous, thank you very much for coming in. Is there anything you can plug while you're here?
I'm a very cool person, and you should all like me.
Okay, so your thing for today is to go to Kritzkast. You can follow your Twitter. What's your Twitter name?
I can type that right here, actually, because it's a pain to say, because people might think I'm saying it wrong. You can see it there now. Hideous
_HIDEOUS _.
That's my Twitter name.
Excellent. Okay, I'm John Irwin on Twitter, but we're also at Kritzkast, so keep it nice and simple for you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in today. It's getting quite late. I think it's definitely time for bed. We shall see you in just a few hours when we all get up and start playing a bit of TO2. Alright guys, take care.